Good day, everyone, and welcome to the Promised End podcast. This is Czar from Jindari Beats.
And this is John. Yeah. Yeah, as you can hear on our background, today we are gonna talk about J-pop. Yeah.
What is what is J-pop? I don't even know what that is.
You you person with delusions. Well, actually, J-pop or Japanese pop. It's actually J-pop is actually an abbreviation for Japanese pop, natively also known simply as pops. So in Japan, just call it like pops. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's weird.
I think they just called it J-pop for the sake of differentiating them from the other forms of pop music that's out
Yeah.
in the international scene.
Hmm.
Basically, yeah, that's what J-pop is: pop music from Japan.
Yep. And also,
And
by the way,
mhm,
the term J-pop actually has entered the musical mainstream of Japan in the 1990s. So it's not actually a thing back then, but
mhm.
the history of J-pop or pop music in Japan uh, goes way back from 1920s to the 1960s. That's where Ryu Koka, it's Japanese popular music, before it split into enka and pafusu. So enka is like prose music poetry thing, and papusu, which is pops, it's the the ancestor, or shall we call it that way, ancestor of modern J-pop. So that's the quick history for J-pop. And actually, we're not here to talk about like the what do you call this, J-pop in itself, because
Mhm.
we actually want to share with you some J-pop artists and how they affected our lives, if you may, how you how they affected our lives, because J-pop really is a really catchy form of music in Japan, and it's actually really good. And
Yeah.
there are a lot of J-pop artists that have made it big all around the world. We have, of course, our goddess. Should I call her that? Yeah, the girl who wrote "It's Automatic."
There you go.
Yeah, what's her names are?
Isn't it Utada Hikaru?
Yeah, no, it's Hikaru Utada.
Hikaru Utada. Okay.
Yeah, Tada Hikaru is actually has been famous since the early 2000s with
Yeah.
the single "It's Automatic," and this is not one of her songs. So the ones currently playing is not actually one of her songs. Let's actually stop. Pon pon, way. Oh my god, I can't stop Fred Boat.
For those who are wondering, we're actually using a bot
Yeah, we're
to
actually using a
play
bot.
these songs.
I think for the Promised and series, we're gonna start doing it this way. We can experiment with some new contents in which
Yeah.
we will be like a radio show
Yeah.
in which we will play songs while we are talking. So you'd have like music while we are talking with you guys. So again, what's that song from Utada Hikaru? It's Automatic.
It's automatic. But yeah, back to the topic at hand.
Mhm.
Utada Hikaru, or rather Hikaru Utada. However you want to call her. Sorry about that.
Excuse me,
Um,
full.
basically, although yeah, that's like the songs that really got famous even here in the Philippines. That was like back on maybe around 1998, 97, 98. Um, there's also that one song that's really super popular.
Which one?
First Love. Come on.
Which has been I'm not
This
dropping
this song
this. Yeah,
this
there you
song
go.
has been
It's
played to
automatic.
death. This is Automatic by Hikaru Utada.
Yeah, it's the one playing in the background is automatic by Hikaru Utada. So let's talk about Hikaru Utada for a minute.
Okay.
So Hikaru Utada is again debuted around early 2000s, I believe,
Mm.
and this song is actually her first song that what do you call this, bloomed. And of course there's First Love, the infamous First Love, but I love Automatic.
Yeah, I think even before the 2000s, she was already active because
Yeah.
uh, I can distinctly remember I was like in the sixth. This was like what 98 or something.
Mhm.
Um, I was already hearing Automatic
Yeah, yeah,
in
definitely.
radio, and I was like super thrilled because I was like an anime fan, right? But you don't really hear a lot of Japanese songs playing
Yeah.
on the radio, like like going mainstream.
Hmm.
But when Automatic came out, it was like you hear it everywhere. You hear it on the jeepney, you hear it in the what do you call those vehicles? They're like smaller jeepneys. They look like it's like the precursor to the FX.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like
Tamara,
smaller jeepneys. Tamara, something like Tamara, something
Tamara.
like the Tamara FX. Yeah, I don't really remember, but you hear this song everywhere.
Also, I vaguely remember in the early 2000s, and with people with cable channels
Hmm.
actually have these KTV channels with them, and the Automatic
Oh
is
yeah.
one of the songs that's really been radio raped all over those channels. It's just that good. And what's funny is they tried to, romanize the
The
lyrics.
lyrics.
Yeah. And you still don't understand anything except for it's automatic and the sun will shine.
Yeah, it's so amazing because I can't I don't really know what brought this on. Why there was like some sort of J-pop back in the late 90s. Like a lot of you start hearing a lot of J-pops, especially this one and then First Love
Hmm.
and even Sweet Soul Review, which
Hmm.
we will talk about later. Also, what's that song by Globe?
Feel like that.
Feel Like Dance. There you go. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That one's like super iconic here in the Philippines.
Hmm.
Especially, I think this was like this came out when
Way, way, way back.
Mexican. Remember when Mexican TV dramas suddenly started gaining momentum in the Philippines?
Yeah.
And then this also came out, like
Yeah.
Mario Mar and Feel Like Dance.
This is like way no, I think Marimar times we have Pizzicato 5 already. Feel like that is
Oh
like
yeah, yeah.
earlier, like 1992. I remember
Oh,
vaguely,
okay.
yeah, I remember vaguely that I was in the airport, and also whenever I watch shows like Masked Man, the Tokusatsu
Hmm.
era here in the Philippines, the early 90s, I already hear Feel Like Dance, and I've been searching for this goddamn song for like tons of years before I learned about the title and searched for it online.
Hmm.
So one of my friends from Konamix told me that it's Feel Like Dance by Globe, and after that I was like, oh my god, one thing crossed off my bucket list.
For our listeners who's not familiar,
Mhm.
I refer you to our arcade episode. Learn
Yeah.
about economics there.
Welp.
Yeah, and um, oh, there you go. That this
Yeah,
is
that is Feel
Feel
Like
Like
Dance
Dance.
by Globe. And I nobody's really gonna remember the intro of this song because the most iconic part, of course, is the chorus. in which the
Yeah,
girl will sing. This is basically a like a rap song. Let me just increase the
it
volume
is.
for a bit. There you go. So this song again is very familiar with, or rather, a lot of people are familiar with this. Here's the chorus.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. This is like sending goosebumps all over my skin right
Oh
now.
man, it's like I'm grade two for
Yeah,
again.
this is
Suddenly I'm
so.
living in Make again, and I have to commute by myself. And you hear this song, and like I did not have an interest
Mhm.
in Japanese music
Back
back when
then.
I was younger.
Mhm.
Back when this came along, because I haven't discovered anime as a separate form of
Of
animation
mhm.
back in the day. It was like anime was like Japanese, just Japanese version of cartoon for me back in the day. And but when I started loving anime, that's when I started appreciating Japanese music. So I was very late to feel like that, but I did like this for the chorus because
Yeah.
you hear this a lot. It's like blaring in the streets.
Like many times. Let's play the chorus again one more time before I stop this song because there's another song that you already mentioned it earlier, "Sweet Soul Review" by
Oh
Pizzicato
man,
Five, and that was
this
very popularized in ABS-CBN, one of ABS-CBN's noontime shows. There's actually a what do you call this? Um, uh, what do you call that? Dance tournament or something?
yeah.
With that. And one of the hosts is Ami Austria, and yeah, that was
I can't imagine. I
yeah,
can't
dude.
imagine it.
I was like, whoa, but that's let's talk about it later. Again, "Feel Like Dance" by Globe. I think one of the girl actually has it's sick right now, right, Zar?
Yeah, she is. Let me look her up. It's sad because um, they had to actually stop playing music because of it.
That's one of the sad things here for musicians, losing the only thing that your livelihood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although not to be mean or anything, but they're sort of internationally speaking. I think they're sort of a one-hit wonder
Hmm.
because it's not really they're not really that popular aside from this song. They're not really that popular outside of Japan.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
yeah, Keiko Kumura is the vocalist
Hmm.
for
Hmm.
Gold, and she is currently sick. Oh, there you go.
There you go. This is our next song, guys. And I know a
Yeah,
lot of you listeners out there remember this song by heart.
I
I'm
love
not
this so much.
I'm not even joking when I say that you remember it by heart. Once you start hearing the melody of the song, it just this is so fucking Shibuya, man.
Remember that time when GMA tried to market anime heavily?
Yeah,
During the
they
anime
use
assault, they
this.
used this
Mm,
song.
they
Yeah,
use this song,
specifically
especially
for Ranma One Half. They
yeah.
used it
And
for Ranma One Half commercials.
actually, the first anime that started the boom, except for Voltus 5, they didn't own Voltus 5 back then. It was in IBC 13. The first anime they ever shown that I remember is all, of course, it's gonna be Gundam Wing. And
Yeah,
before Gundam Wing started airing, they would play this song just to
you
like
know,
hype people that hey guys, it's anime time.
yeah. Remember back when GMA was super weak because they only had American cartoons,
Yeah, no,
and
and they only air it.
ABS-CBN was competing with anime, and was like
Yeah,
no contest.
it was ABS even dominated in the local scene with anime, but the premiere, I think. We're gonna talk about anime for a bit because, of course, part of the uh, what do you call this novelty of anime is that the songs are really catchy and are really good.
Yeah,
And these are considered
actually,
J-pop songs as well.
yeah. I think they tried to label it. For some time, they tried to label J anime, but
Hmm.
really nowadays they just call it Annie song,
Hmm.
and that's actually the only genre of music that I mostly
Listen to
listen
right
to
now.
nowadays is
Yeah,
Annie songs. Yeah, you know me. I barely know anything about music because I
yeah.
only listen to Annie songs.
Let's but let's not talk about your massive
Oh yeah, of
addiction
course.
to Daft Punk.
That's because of their Discovery album. That's why I
Yeah,
became a fan of them. But
and
you
it's
know,
still an
later on,
anime. It's still an
yeah,
anime.
but later on, I started appreciating them more.
Hmm.
Especially, well, I started with Interstellar,
Hmm. That was a
and
really good
that's
album.
good. And then I started appreciating them all of their other songs
Hmm.
right after. But yeah, enough of that. Huh. So
Yeah,
let's get back
let's go back
to
to anime.
J-pop here.
So J-pop currently has a lot of singers, especially girl groups.
Yeah,
Um, Most of J-pop artists are girls, and
yeah,
I
I have
think
to
that's
say.
what separates the boys from the girls. A lot of you don't see many J-pop artists that are male, but there are a lot
Oh,
as
but
well. There
there
are
are
definitely.
there are groups like
Hmm.
boy groups like Arashi,
Oh
and of
yeah,
course
Arashi. Oh yeah,
SMAP definitely.
but
That
most of them are girl groups because they're easier to market. You know.
yeah, because most of the J-pop fans, to be honest, so
Mhm.
of the Japanese J-pop fans, are male.
Mhm.
So it's like the most rabid fan base is male.
Yeah,
They're
definitely.
very they're very
And
voracious in buying all of these
merchandise.
music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, um, just to make it clear, a lot of boy groups also play in bands in Japan. So they have their own genre for that, which is J rock, which I think we are gonna talk about in the next episode of the Province and Podcast. So stay tuned for that episode if you are interested in J rock, um, especially in J-pop bands. Wow, I really want to cough, but fuck, something just stopped myself from coughing. There you go.
You know how you know how the Japanese have this chart, the
Oricon chart,
The
yeah.
Oricon chart. Yeah, basically um, it's the top music. When it comes to radio exposure and money made, it's always the Oricon that
Hmm.
lists all of that. Lately, these past few years, even Annie songs are on charts,
Oh,
basically
seriously?
showing how this shows that there's a trend for this.
Hmm.
That's why a lot of the J-pop that we hear now are tied to idol groups
Hmm.
because idol groups nowadays are also heavily used in anime. They're heavily used in other media business now. It's not only music. You have visuals as well. You have drama, anime. You have the mangas. You have the games as well. So
Yeah, definitely.
J-pop has evolved definitely back from when I started listening back during the Snap days. I I freaking love Snap. They're like the only
Excuse me. So there are a lot of yeah.
what is this? To be honest, I'm not familiar. I keep hearing this song, but I don't know where it came from.
This is Ken Hirai with the I think we kept playing a lot of songs by girl artists. So here's one by male Japanese artist named Ken Hirai,
Mm.
and this song
Well,
was really popular in the early days of Animax.
Well, I have a request. If you're gonna play,
Which one?
uh, if you're gonna play some male song,
No problem.
I'd like to have "Dear Woman" from SMAP.
Okay.
So do you play that? I'm typing it there. Title.
Oh, dear woman. There you go.
There you go. Just play that next. You don't.
No problem.
Oh, also, if it's if you think about it, a lot of other international artists
Mhm.
took from J-pop, like Sukiyaki, for example.
Of course. And
Sukiyaki's been plated.
yeah, like seriously, even my mom knows that fucking song.
I
And
mean,
then
there's like a Tagalog version, like a
yeah,
Filipino version of Sukiyaki by Keeping It.
yeah. Kailanman ikaw it's kind of like that.
Yeah,
Minsan
something
pa
like that.
sana'y mayakap ka. There's even like the Jejemon song about that,
Oh
where there's
man, I don't know
yeah,
what that is.
they fucking used the beat, the overall melody, did some
Oh yeah.
trash rap rather, sorry, trash rap, then slapped on the Filipino version of the song with the girl chorus person. I'm not dissing you guys who are listening that like those kinds of songs, but personally I don't. So to each his own, of course.
But also, this was also adapted by I forgot what group it was. In the states. Is it
Uh, I,
what was it? 4 p.m. Something. It's something like that.
I
Sukiyaki.
isn't it? Yeah, like
Yeah, 4 p.m.
another melody.
Yeah, 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 that
You
one. That one.
took your love away from me. It's like,
And
oh,
have you also heard the Utada Hikaru version?
yeah, I think
The
Utada Hikaru has a version of this as well.
Yeah, she does. She does.
It's
And
that popular all over the world.
but the funny thing is, the Utada Hikaru version is a cover of the 4 p.m.
Yeah, the 4 p.m. the English version. Because guys,
The English
Utada
version.
Hikaru isn't pure Japanese, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah, she
she grew up
is half
partially in the
American,
U.S., right?
and yep, she grew up in the U.S. and it's where she actually got noticed. Then, I mean, got noticed for her talent. That she wanted first to be popular in Japan before anywhere else. She's that dedicated to Japanese culture and to add to the Japanese music scene. I really love Utada Hikaru to the bone, man. She's like
Oh
one of the
yeah.
best J-pop stars out there. And of course, because she sang Kingdom Hearts intro. Yeah,
Simple and clean.
simple and clean. Yeah, Hikaru in
And
Japan.
also, she sang the theme song for Rebel of Evangelion. You know how I love
Mhm,
Evangelion, right?
mhm. Was she the
She
one
sang.
who sang the song there?
Yeah. I forgot what. It's only love. Yeah,
Nice.
that's the title of the song, and it's a fucking amazing song. You can play it if you want. It's she sang that for Evangelion with the point of you are not alone. So you can just
Oh,
imagine the thrill. And of course, I think among all of the J-pop singers, she's the most exposed internationally.
yeah, definitely.
All, because you keep seeing a lot of her songs on MTV back in the day. Like you
And
have
also,
traveling.
in
Um,
what do you call this? Around 2009, 2010, around those times, Utada Hikaru actually made an R&B album that's completely in Japanese, or rather in English. Sorry. So there's the songs Apple and Cinnamon. What do you call this? Boy, you make it hard. You make it hard to leave that. Those songs, all of them are all if not all, then a lot of them are in the English language.
mhm.
So That's a real plus. So it just makes it clear that a lot of Asian artists, J-pop, K-pop, even some Filipino artists make it
Yeah.
big outside their respective countries. So guys, those that are making music out there, just keep fighting, keep on keeping on, fight the good fight. Yeah, because
I can still remember her music video for "It's Automatic." It's
yeah,
like she's just washing dishes
yeah,
in that video.
and the automatic dishwasher.
No, she's just washing dishes and just singing. It's like for
Yeah,
5 minutes. That's all she does.
exactly.
A lot of her videos are kind of weird, you know. But
If not all of her videos, a lot of it. It's an art video.
yeah, a lot of her music videos are weird like that. So, I really love her. I love. I think among the J-pop artists that I listen to,
Mhm,
she's the most that I
mhm.
listen to. Like a lot of, I know a lot of her songs
Yeah.
compared to other artists.
Also, not what do you call this? We're not leaving out other what do you call this? Artists from other countries who actually sing Japanese songs. There's Boa,
Oh, there you go.
from Korea. She's actually Korean, but she collaborated with a lot of Japanese artists and actually made Japanese songs. You have
Yeah,
AN. AN is
oh,
really popular.
you have a lot of uh, singers like that. You also have girl groups from Korea, like SNSD, of
Mhm.
course, and
Kara.
Kara
Yeah.
found a lot of found a major following in Japan as
Mm.
well. Um, and also let me also plug. There's this Canadian singer
Hmm.
who found her place in J-pop. Himeka. That she goes by that name Himeka. She's a fan of anime and she sang a lot of Sailor Moon back when she was younger.
Ah.
And I think they sort of a Japanese production I think saw what she was doing because she was uploading her stuff in Nico Nico, I think, if I'm not
Nico Nico
mistaken.
Doga, by the way, guys, is the YouTube of Japan.
And she was I think she was offered a contract to be a J-pop artist in Japan. Also, Origa, that Russian
Yeah, she.
singer.
Hmm.
Of course, unfortunately, she already passed away. I only learned of this recently, and
Hmm.
I was devastated.
But don't fret because a lot of these artists actually made it big on doing what they love. And that's the most important part, guys. Always, 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 always do what you love because you never know if you can get noticed by senpai out there.
No, you just need to strike out. Just keep on doing what you like. Just keep at it. Work hard, and you never know. You might
Exactly.
strike gold.
Yeah, exactly. So with that, we're closing off this episode about J-pop by, and we're still playing "Dear Woman" by SMAP.
I think we should revisit this someday.
Yeah, I would really love.
Talk more about J-pop because
Yeah,
it's such a big topic.
it's such a really big topic, and I would love to talk about J-pop a lot more. You know me about music; it's one of my
Yeah.
passions, like serious passion. So this will really, really help. So, guys, again, thank you for listening to our podcast. I think we're gonna do more music-oriented shows because I don't know. It's fun sharing with you guys about while listening to background music because it starts to get more personal and cozier. You can listen to
Yeah.
us better, not just our voice. There's the background music and all. And yeah, we are gonna try making more types of or more content like this. So watch out for them. And if you like this video, be sure to subscribe by clicking the subscribe button down below. It's in red. You can see it clearly. And remember to hit that bell button so you can get notified if we have new videos. Czar?
Also, our socials are in the description. Please
Hmm.
like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. Also, John's channel is in there.
I
Check out his
mhm.
stuff. And AJ's too. He's our partner for the Deep End podcast.
Our
Do
more
go
successful podcast.
do go to his channel to view his content.
He's
And
also
lastly,
very adept in the
he's
arts and music.
very musically inclined.
Hmm.
And also our Facebook page for Legendary Beats.
Also, guys, I'm gonna rebrand soon. I think I'm gonna drop Oh My It's John for a more catchier. Should look out for that. Yeah. So with that, we are ending this episode. I hope you guys, had this fun nostalgia trip with us
Hmm.
about the wonders of J-pop and how it affected our lives here in the Philippines and as well as all over the world. And as always, thank you for listening. We will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.